Welcome to Moodle Learning Management Sites Administrator Training course. In this course, we are going to see what is LMS and how to download and install Moodle on the local server. And we go to discuss what is the role of administrator and what is happening behind the door in all the LMS sites, how to set up and configuring your local server with XAMPP, and how to set up database and connecting to the database, differentiating the user as administrator, teacher and student views, adding a new user, managing user, understanding user groups, batch uploading user, customizing user profile fields, etc. And TNTP is one of the coolest example of Moodle LMS sites. You can see in this section. Welcome to Learning Management System training. First of all, we should know what is learning management systems. Learning management systems are online platforms where teacher and students can collaborate in order to improve student achievements. This is the definition of the learning management system. Now I go to this link black.capterra.com. You can see some learning management tools list. These are the top free LMS tools: Kangno, Course Sites, iTunes U, Latitude Learning, My iCourse, Schoology, and some of the open source LMS tools: aTutor, Dokios, Pharma LMS, Moodle, Sahai CLE, and you can see some various features of these LMS tools. In these online platforms, teacher can create an online course. For the demonstration purpose, in this video I create 10th standard course, and the contents of the course are Tamil, English, Maths, Science and the Social Science. Or if you want to create the course for college students, for the example, if the course name may be Computer Science and the subject may be HTML, Programming Foundation, C++, Hardware and Python. These are the example, but you can create whatever course you like and you can create whatever subject you like. In the online platform, teacher can add assignment to the students. In the assignment section, teacher can give activities to the students and teacher can create quiz. The quiz may be multiple choice quiz or fill in the blanks, whatever may be, and the teacher can able to create question bank and teacher can survey, choice and get feedback from the students. Then teacher can add resources to the course. The resources may be PDF files, pictures or uploaded videos or YouTube videos or other website links. Then teacher can evaluate the student performance based on the assignments, and teacher can give rank or grade to the assignments, and teacher can contact with the students through notification and emails, and student can access the online course created by the teacher and they access syllabus and assignments and do the activities, participate in the quiz program, then download question banks, give their feedback to the teacher, and student can view resources of the course and download it and watch the video and browse the website, and student can able to view grades and contact with the teacher. First of all, I go to moodle.org and I click this download option. Here I click Moodle 3.9 latest release. Here you can see the information section, the basic requirements of the Moodle 3.9. The basic requirement is you have to set up a sandbox local server already with the preference of PHP 7.2, MariaDB or MySQL 5.6. I click this download zip file. Now you can see the file is downloading. In order to set up a local server, I want to install XAMPP. I go to apachefriends.org and click this download option. You can see XAMPP for Windows 7.2.31. The 7.2.3 is PHP version. I click this download 64-bit option. Now XAMPP is downloading. Now XAMPP local server ready for installation. I double click on it. Here you can see the welcome setup wizard. In the server you can see MySQL, FileZilla, FTP server, Mercury mail server, Tomcat, Perl, PHP MyAdmin is the database programming language, and Web Analyzer, fake send email. I check all those things and I click next. We have to create a new folder inside of the C drive named with XAMPP, and I select the folder. Now I click next. Now XAMPP is installed. This is XAMPP control panel. You can control the server and the database here. I click this start button. This is Apache local server. This is MySQL database. I click this start button. MySQL, Apache both are running. First of all, I want to create a new database for learning management system server. I click this admin button. This is PHP MyAdmin database. I click this database and I want to create a new database. HSS. HSS means higher secondary school. I click this create button to create the database. Now you can see the new database is created. Now I didn't like to set a username and password to the database, but the default username is root. I close this tab. Now I am going to extract this Moodle 3.9 zip folder. Right click on it and click extract here. You can see the Moodle folder. Now I want to rename the folder HSS, the name of higher secondary school. You can name it whatever you want. Now I have to place the folder inside of the server. I copy this folder, Ctrl C to copy it, and I go to XAMPP control panel and I click this Explorer button, and inside of the HD docs folder I place this Moodle folder. If you place any PHP and HTML file inside of the HD docs, server can execute the file. So I place the Moodle folder here. Everything is done. Now we are ready to install Moodle inside the server. Now I go to the address localhost hss folder /install.php. Now I press enter key in the keyboard. This is installation page. You can see the language settings. This is the language for installation, as well as this is the default language for the site. I leave it English and click next. Here you can see the web address. It indicates our current address, localhost /hss, and the Moodle directory. I placed the Moodle folder inside of the server HD docs folder, and you can see the data directory, C drive, XAMPP folder inside of Moodle data, and I click next. Database server. My database server is MySQL. You can choose MariaDB. Also you can select PostgreSQL or Oracle or SQL Server Microsoft. Now I click next. This is database host. Our current database host is localhost is correct, so I leave it. But the database name is HSS, and we didn't create any username and password, but the default username is root. So I enter root here and I leave it all those fields, and I ready to connect the database to the server. I click next. Here you can see Moodle copyright notice. we have to accept the copyright notice in order to continue the installation. So I click continue. This is Moodle server checkup. Everything is okay. If you will get any red notification, you have to fix immediately. The yellow notification is no need to immediate attention. And I click continue button. Now our database is connected to Moodle server. Okay, installation is progressing. Okay, I click continue button. Okay, now we are going to create a first admin user. I leave it username admin and I want to create a strong password. This is strongpasswordgenerator.com. I click generate password here. This is my new strong password. I copy the password and I want to paste it here. In the first name section, I type Sakti and the surname is Velavan, and I type my email address. The red icon indicates these are the mandatory field. I want to set the town area and I select the country and I select my country, India, and you can set time zone here. I select Kolkata here. I type a description. Sakti Velavan is a first admin user. Then you click additional names. You can set additional name here and you can set all of the administrator, Yahoo, MSN ID here. I leave it all those things and I click update profile. This is front page settings of our LMS site. Here we have to type full name of our site, Higher Secondary School. We have to type acronym or abbreviation here. This is the abbreviation of Higher Secondary School and this is the front page summary. I paste front page description. Here you can set location settings, Asia Kolkata, and you can set manage authentication settings. You can enable email based self registration, but I disable it this time. You can set outgoing mail configuration settings. Currently it is localhost. I set to hss.in and I click save changes. Okay, this is Moodle dashboard on administrator. Now we successfully complete the Moodle installation and I go to the top right hand side. I click this icon and I log out. Okay, I successfully logged out. I want to log in again. I click this login button. You can see username is admin. You have to enter the password and click login. Okay. In order to familiarize Moodle administrator control, I go to moodle.org and I click this demo. This is demo learning management system site named Mount Orange School. Click this. Here you can see user control option. You can log in as a administrator or as a teacher or as a student. I click this manager right now. You can see login as a manager. The username is manager and the password is Moodle. I click this link. Username is manager and the password is Moodle. Click login button. As an administrator, you can see the site administration block and you can add users and set permission to the user, and you can create the course cell and go to the course page and you can see turn editing on button here. You can edit the options and click on it. You can see all of the editing options. You can change the title and change the resources, and I turn editing off. Now I log out and I log in as a teacher. The username is teacher and the password is Moodle. As a teacher, you can't see site administration black here. Click any one of the course, but you can edit the course, edit the title, as well as you can edit the resources. As a teacher, you can see the quiz section. You can create the quiz like this. Now I log out from teacher and I want to log in as a student. Username is student and the password is Moodle. As a student, you can't see quiz section. Also, you can't edit the courses and go into the course. Here you can't see turn editing on button. These are the main difference between various user controls in Moodle. Now I am in site home page. The site home page is very clean. There is no black appear. I click this gear icon and I select turn editing on. Now you can see a small gear icon is appeared, as well as add on activity and resources button is appear, as well as you can see add a new black section. I click once. I want to add a navigation black. I select navigation. Now you can see the navigation black is added and you can configure the navigation black. I click this gear icon and I select configure navigation black. You can see three sections here. Here you can see allow the user to dark this black. Now I want to disable it. Display categories as link. Yes. Trim mode. Trim character from right or left. I select character from the right and I want to trim 40 characters and generate navigation for the following everything: category and course, category course and course structures, category course and course activities. Now I select categories and course and I click this where this black appears section. You can set the black appearance. Front page is default and page context display on the front page only. I click once. In the drop down list, I select display throughout the entire site. Default region is right. I click once. There is no option. I leave it. Default weight, you can set the stock in order of the navigation black. The navigation black is always top, so I leave it 0. You can see on this page section, I expand this. This is visibility of the page. Visibility is currently yes. If the black is invisible, no one can go to other pages. So I leave it. And the region, the right side is default, so I leave it. And you can set the stock in order of the navigation black. I leave it and I click save changes. You can delete any of the blacks you want. Click this gear icon. Choose delete navigation black. You can delete it. You can move the black anywhere, but right side is default, so you are unable to move the black. Okay, now I go to action menu and turn editing off. If you are working in bilingual language school environment, you can add more language you want. Go to site administration settings and scroll down. In the language section, go to language settings. The default language is English. There is no other language. Again, I go to site administration and scroll down. You have to install language pack first. So I go to language pack. In your right side, you can see many of the language: Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada. Here I go to select Tamil and click install selected language packs. The language pack is added. Now I go to language. Now I select Tamil and I go to save changes. my default language is English, but I can use Tamil language also. And I go to site home page. Now in the top section you can see English. Click once. You can select Tamil. Click Tamil. You can see all of our site feature changed to Tamil. Tamil is our menu. பாடநெறிகள் ஒரு புதிய பாடநெறியை சேர். Now I change it to English. Now we are going to see how to add a user and manipulate and delete. Now I go to site administration settings and I click users tab. In the account section you can see add a new user option. I set username Dinesh. In the choose an authentication method, I click once. You can see drop down lists, email based self registration, no login and all other options. But I want to set a manual password and username, so I select manual account. If you click generate password and notify user, the password is automatically generated and sent to the user, but I don't like it, so I uncheck it and I go to new password section. I click once. Here I enter a new password. I set new password HSS-1. If you check force password change, user can change the password, but I don't like it, so I leave it. First name, surname, email address are the mandatory field, so I set first name Dinesh and the surname is Kumar. Now I enter the email address. In the email display field, other course member to see my email address option, I click this. You can allow everyone to see my email address or hide my email address option. I select hide my email address. It only shows privileged user. Non-privileged user can't see the email address. The mandatory fields are over. Now I go to enter the city or town. I type Vellore. In the select a country option, I select India. In the time zone, server time zone and preferred language is English. In the description, Dinesh Kumar is a second admin user. User can set their profile picture here and you can see all additional options. You can see alternate name of the user. If in your school two Dinesh Kumar are working, you can set differentiation. I type Vellore Dinesh and you can set the interest of the user, cricket, football. User can select one of this. Book reading. Now I go to optional. I leave this all those fields and I click create user. Now I get an error. Password must be at least 8 characters. I click here. Now I am going to re-enter the password. HSSLMS-1. Now I want to update. Create user. Now you can see Dinesh Kumar added in user field. Here you can see the list of user. Now I click on the city. Now the details changed based on the city's alphabetical order. Now Carmel Raj user comes first, and if you click on email address, now the email address changed by the alphabetical order. Now Dinesh Kumar comes first. If you click on name fields, the name also changed by the alphabetical order. Also you can apply additional filter option. I click this start with Dinesh and I add filter. You can see only Dinesh Kumar is visible, all other users are hide, and you can suspend the user by click this eye icon and you can give user control again. If you want to edit the user, click this gear icon and also you can delete the user. Now I go to site administration and I come to users and I click users tab. In the accounts category, I click this cohort. Cohort means group. For the example, if you want to conduct social awareness quiz for your school student, you can create the category of the students. You can see here system cohorts and all cohorts. In system cohorts, you can see only system cohorts, and all cohorts you can see all of the cohorts in the LMS site. Now I click add new cohort button and I name it social awareness drawing group, and context is system and description students for social drawing quiz, and I click save changes. You can see social awareness cohort is added. Now I want to create another cohort for special competition. In the description field I type all of that competition and I click save changes. You can see special competition here. In the all cohort section you can see all of the cohorts. Here I click this special cohort edit button. I change the category miscellaneous and I save changes. You can see system and miscellaneous category. If you go to system cohorts, you cannot see special category, you cannot see miscellaneous category. While you are adding user one by one, it is taking too much of time. You can make batch upload from a file. You can see I already typed username, email address and first name, last name in a Excel file. I want to save it as a comma separated value file. Go to file menu and choose save as and click browse. I want to save it as a comma separated value file. Now I go to site administration and I click users and I click upload users. Click this choose a file option, upload a file, and I want to choose a file and I click this file and open it. And I save as users and I click upload this file and I select comma separated value and encoding file is UTF encoding. It is the standard encoding option. I have only 7 users details, so I leave it 10 and I click upload user. You can see all the users details and I want to change the settings after, so I go to upload the user. Upload successful. Here you can see the results. It says you have created 6 users. All the users have a weak passwords. Now I go to site administration and I click users and I click browse list of users. You can see new user with the exiting user. If you want to change user details, you can do it. Click this gear icon. Now I want to update the profile. While adding new user, you want to get some information from the user like admission number or EMIS number. You can create a new profile field. In order to create a new user profile category, I go to site administration and I select users. In the account section, I go to user profile fields. Here you can see create a new profile category button. Click on it. I name the category admission details and I click save changes. To move this category at the top. Now I am going to create a new profile field. So click here and select this text input. Here I set short name, EMIS. In the long name field, enter EMIS number. If you want to make this field mandatory, you can check yes. This is not a mandatory field, you can set no. Here you can set maximum length of the fields. Now I click save changes. Here you can see the admission details category is appear. Also you can enter emis number here and click update profile.